And the next one I've had come in is Nigel from Go Create Hobby Machine Shop. Now, the way I describe Nigel is a very talented craftsman. He's doing a build of a scale model of a Lions locomotive. It's a steam locomotive, and his attention to detail is absolutely mind-blowing. I don't know how he does it, to be honest. It's a beautiful, beautiful model. He also won the tool making competition TMC 2020, where he made the floating reamer holder. I've also made that reamer holder from Nigel's plans, and they are, yeah, it's a great tool. It's definitely worth having the tool. And Nigel has got the plans there on his channel if you want to get in touch with Nigel. I'm sure if you watch my channel, you all watch Nigel, and if you don't, then please go over and give him a subscription. Absolutely fantastic to watch. I honestly don't know how he does these tiny little parts. Even on the chassis of the train, of the locomotive, it's even down to the square-headed, bolts. He's got all that detail in it. It's just, it's got me buggered. You're a bloody good craftsman, Nigel. I tell you, you're a top machinist. Nigel also does have a CNC mill. He just does majority of everything manually, and it's an absolute pleasure to watch. So, I'm absolutely stoked to have Nigel's sticker on my door. I'll put you down under Curtis. It's funny, just thinking about it, Curtis does absolutely huge, massive stuff. Nigel does absolutely tiny stuff. So there you are, mate, you're on the door. Thank you very much, Nigel. I really appreciate all the work you put into making your videos. I've learned an absolute ton from what you've done, mate. So thanks very much, mate. Good day, everyone, and Happy New Year. 2021, she's starting off a bit funny, but hopefully it'll all end up, by the end of the year, hopefully the world will be back to some normality. We can only hope. A few people have asked and sort of hinted for a little bit of a shop tour. And look, I've thought about it, and it's not a real big shop to start with, and it's not as clean as it could be either. But although, what the heck, I'll just do one. So where are we going to start? Well, this here is this is a new bench that I made late last year, just before Christmas. I actually bought the steel to build a gantry, like a travelling gantry that I can park over the top of the mill and lift stuff on and off, or lift the head off the mill. And I got all the steel, and I need a new bench, so the idea of the gantry got turfed and we got a new bench, which has probably been the best thing I've ever done. So this corner here, it's just that corner of that little bench, that's just a mess bench. That's just where I put things that I've got really no home for. And down underneath that bench, well, that's just an absolute disgrace. So we won't go there. What else we got? On this side, I'll bring you around a little bit. On this side over here, I've got a new set of cupboards. Okay, so this is inside the top set of shelves, or top part of the cabinet. It's where I keep me 1, 2, 3 box, me parallels, me spare, you know, outside drawers should I say, for both the lathes. Imperial drill set, another box just loose drills, another ice cream tub full of loose drills. Yeah, machinist handbook, black book, another 4 sets of drills there. That's where I keep me Loctite. This next drawer, or next shelf down, this is where I put all me stuff I make myself, like all the tools I've made. You can probably see in there, you know, machinist jacks, a boring head, keyway cutter, the Nigel's Go Create Homie Machine Shop floating reamer. Over the back here, if you can see it in there, there's a big, it's a precision ground shaft that come out of an engine. It was brand new, that never went into a big, I believe it was a big Caterpillar engine that my brother got for me, and said I'd know where it went in the engine, but it was something to do with an engine or a gen set. It's all precision ground. I've mic'd it, and it's absolutely spot on everywhere you mic it. It's the same dimension, which I can't exactly remember what size it is, but I know it's spot on. And I do use that on the mill. I lay it in the T-slot, and I'll put stuff up against it, you know, and get it roughly in square, or square with that, and clamp it down. There's the face mill. I've got all my dividers, calipers, or whatever, yeah, spring dividers and so on. I just picked this one up off eBay, a little Jenny League one. I've been chasing one of these for ages. I wanted a good quality one. So it's got someone's initials on it, TC, I don't know who that was, but probably the bloke who owned it before me. Spare rules, all my other steel rulers. Yeah, so this is sort of the stuff I use sort of every day, you know, all my micrometers. This is a set of Brown and Sharp I picked up off eBay. I always know it's nice when it comes with a, you know, a little velvet top, or velvet, you know, velvet package. You always know it's pretty special then. But it's for an inside and outside scale vernier. So it's a nice set of Brown and Sharps. So I picked them up on eBay. I forget what I paid now. It's pretty cheap. I have to have a look back through me thing again. So I only paid $60 or something like that. It's cheap. I thought it was cheap anyway. These are my precision ground flat stones I got from Stephen Lang, which I just don't know what sort of box or whatever to put them in. I've just been keeping them in the cardboard boxes, but they're getting pretty worn. And it was batch number 433. And they are, once you got a set of, I've heard people say, like, once you get a set of precision ground flat stones, you know, you wonder how you ever got away without them. And that's dead set true. Like, I'm always using them. They're great. This was a very first set of veneer calipers, whatever you want to call them. I call them a set of calipers. Very first set, like a good set of Mitsutoyos. And I used them for years. That's all I had. And I got spoilt and I bought a digital set. And now these never get used. But that was the very first set I ever got, of a decent quality. Or probably the first decent quality precision tool I bought, actually. In these drawers I've got odd packets of taps that I've bought, you know, over the time. Counter bores, center drills, counter sinks, another big counter sink, dormer, boring bars. That's just a 3/8 reamer I bought. This is my entire end mill collection. There's tons in there, and there's actually bugger all. But you make do with what you got. Some of these are just Chinese import ones, just cheap ones, but they do the job. Thread pitch gauges. You know who you are who give me this, and I really appreciate it too. Bit of Dicom. Yeah, so that's my entire end mill collection. Oh, and you can't forget the fishtails. So that's that drawer. Over to this drawer. So this is where I keep my live center for the big lathe and the drill chuck for the tailstock. As Quinn says, I think it was Quinn, all the pointy bits go in this section. All the pointy bits. So all my dead centers. Center punches over in the back here. There's another couple of dead centers that come with the new lathe. This was a set of transfer screws that Kimber Zelik passed on to me, which I'm extremely grateful for. He also sent some stones, some small stones, and some small sheets of copper to make some soft jaws. So, and you know, he sent a thread pitch gauge set, which I'm extremely grateful for. So thank you very much, Kimber. I really appreciate your generosity, mate. It means a lot. I've been looking for that. No, it wasn't. I thought that was I've lost a little spirit level, little tiny spirit level. I thought that was it. Just where I keep all my, I know it's not very well organised, but where I keep all my high speed steel for the shaper, all my spare stuff. So this is the cupboard below the two drawers. In here I keep, these are folders I got full of plans, project plans that I've gathered over the years. There's a set of tap and dies there. There's another set of tap and dies under there. I'm not going to grab them out. There's a full set of adjustable reamers, micro set of reamers. And that there is the complete instructions for the tool and cutter grinder. So there's a lot of reading. These are just spare tap handles that I've picked up over the years. You can never have too many. This one here, I was chasing a 1/2 inch Whitworth 12 TPI. I went through all the taps and dies I had. Like there's another, you know, that's full of old taps and dies. My neighbour 2 doors down come up one day and he had this in his hand, and there's a full set. There's a full set of sizes in there as well. He had this in his hand. He said, "Do you want it?" I said, "Well, I'll buy it off you." And he said, "Oh no," he said, "you can have it." So, of course, he wouldn't take anything for it. So I did take it, obviously. When I got the little mill, the drawbar is 1/2 inch 12 TPI. and I buggered. I went through all my taps and all my dies. I couldn't find one to make a new drawbar, and you wouldn't believe it, but the actual one that was in this holder, which I went through all the other ones you gave me, and I didn't even think to look in here, was the one I needed. So I got lucky there. Oh, here's threading tools. I've not long got these, and I haven't found them a proper home yet. So I've got to find these a proper home. It's for doing internal threads. 16mm shafts. Down there is, sorry, that's where the full set of micro or Sutton micro set reamers are. And I can't remember what was in that box. Oh, my label maker. And that's a junk corner, pretty much. It's where I keep all my paperwork and books and whatever I get. If I buy something that comes with a book, it gets turfed in there. So that pretty much does that cupboard. Wish I had a bit more room. I could organise all this stuff a lot better, but hey, it works. What it is what it is. So this is the handy. This is the cupboard that all the sticker doors, or the sticker door, what everybody knows it by. So in here, there's all cans of just spray paint down the bottom shelf. Next shelf up is miscellaneous, is what I call it. It's where you don't know where to put somewhere, so you just throw it in there. And there's a set of angle blocks in there. This is where I keep all my nuts and bolts, screws, pot rivets, washers, grommets, you name it. Yeah. Now I get all these from, you know, full set of circlips, internal and external circlips. Get them from the local hardware at the $10 table. And for what I do, they're good. They work. So I just go and buy, if I go and buy a couple of nuts and bolts, I go and buy a dozen of the same nut, or a dozen of the same bolts, and I just stick them all in. Or from at the hardware, and they got a small assortment pack of screws and bolts or whatever. I buy them and I just jam them all in here, so I know where they all are. And up here, it's where I keep stuff I use most of the time, you know. Just a bit of elastic, WD-40, bit of lithium, cutting fluid, oil soluble, water soluble oil up the back. Just the general everyday stuff, you know. So that's that cupboard. There's my oil can that I don't want to use because I don't want to get it dirty. So it sits up and lives up on top of here, up on display. On the top here I've got, that is, in that box there is a tramming tool I made. Jump starter pack, box of collets, Dremel. It's a set I bought, hold them up so you can see them. It's a set I bought off eBay one time, and they're not too bad. Air riveter. That's the drawer bucket where all the names are in, that everybody's seen before. Every year we get the, what do you call it, the event calendar from King Crane. And, you know, you open one per day. So this year, I'll pan this down a little bit. This year's event calendar, it's a 3/8 drive socket set. Well, we get 2 every year. Get it in frame there, might be better, eh? There we go. No, wrong way. Shoot. Yeah, so every year we get 2. Well, Becky buys 2 event calendars, one for each for the kids, and yeah, and they just end up out here. So and this was a year before's, which is quite a handy pack. Shifter underneath there. Yeah, it's quite a handy pack. I use these with a fair bit. All these little pieces, you do use them every now and again. They are handy. So that's that. Righto, moving on. This is a set of toolboxes I've had that since I was 18. This box, I think I bought it, and it hasn't felt a bit yet, which is a bonus. It's just the everyday tools like Allen keys, metric spanners, imperial, screwdrivers, just your normal everyday run-of-the-mill toolbox that everyone has. And up in the top, just all full of sockets. So that's just your everyday, yeah, your average toolbox. Down here in the corner, the essential kettle, a must-have. That thing gets a flogging every day. But you can't forget the decimal chart while you're making a cup of tea. And under the bench this used to be my old bench, if you remember. One that used to wobble around all the time. And that's just a set of taps and dies, king chrome set of taps and dies, which has been quite a good set really. Come home one day and there it was sitting there. The wife had actually went and ordered it and I didn't know about it. Went and ordered and come home and it was sitting there, so thanks Beck. That just lives back under there. But you can't push it. You've got to half lift it, kick it, shove it. little cheap set of drawers under there, man, they ain't real good. They're not real good at all. I'd been chasing a good magnetic indicator stand for a long time. I'd love to have a Noga, but they're just way out of my price. Yeah, way out of my price range. But the fella I buy all my end mills and so on off, and my high speed steel, I actually contacted him and asked if he had an indicator stand, and he did. So this is an Eclipse number 902, and it's as good as next to brand new. So I remember how to drive it. And this has the fine adjust on it as well. So, and that's really good setting it up on the big mill, because I found the other ones, these ones here are only a cheap Chinese import one, and they always creep, and they're not long enough. Yeah, they always creep down on you. They're a pain in the ass. So I was very thankful that John had one of these and sold it to me. So it always gets kept in the box so it don't get damaged or anything. And yeah, finally got myself a good one. And I haven't used it on the shaper yet, but the shaper I found with these ones, because it's a reciprocating action, just the inertia, these ones keep moving. You know, if you've got it set on the side of the table as you're going, as your table's advancing, just the inertia of it, these ones you keep creeping all the time. So I'm looking forward to using this one on the shaper and know it's going to be spot on and accurate and not move. So that was a really good find, that, and really good buy.